It is, I'm out of t-shirts for one thing. I've got a whole wardrobe full of button-up shirts that I haven't worn in like a year because I've been wearing the same 4 t-shirts for since the lockdown started. Okay, so last week, and by last week I mean yesterday, but my sense of time is pretty fluid, to be honest. I figured out, if anyone was watching from last week, I figured out that like weird input issue. There's videos about that. I'm actually pretty proud of that because I just didn't give up, which is like probably one of my main characteristics. Is that I just keep going, and that's always good. So I'm ready to move on. Reality is the conversation system is done. I'm not going to do a demo of it because you'll see it in a minute. I feel like I've just been showing people. So the next thing I need to do is I basically need to move on to the next thing, which is always funny. Like you're really keen to get onto the next thing while you're sort of like at the start of a task, and then like as you come to the end, you're like, oh, don't make me leave. What's that? Sorry. So yeah, let's basically go get it. Is where we're at. What I'm gonna do is tick all this. Text should clear when player moves away. Needs to skip text. Dialog should turn off hotspot. I ain't gonna fix that. Put you in issues. I should fix that, but I'm just sick of it. So yeah, where it's up to at the moment is it's pretty good actually. Like I've been pretty solidly just moving through like the adventure creator port, and I'm kind of hitting this point where it's kind of like, look, it's this gross phrase. I don't know. I should say it. I won't say it. But basically like, all right, come on, Sam, stop making the system, make the game. I think it's like such a common like game dev thing is you just spend like your whole life constantly refining this perfect system, just like too scared to actually make a game. And it's such a simple script and everything like that. So I'm just gonna keep going. It's my one key, it's my core value. I've got it on a post-it note on my monitor. And I'm gonna keep streaming too. I had actually a really good time last week. Like a few people, pop in and say hello, and it's just nice, Okay, hang on, check, is this thing on? Yep, I hit the right button. The noise is good. Just double check everything. It's working. Let's do it. Okay, so the other cool thing is that I have this with like a beep notification, so I can kind of just like ignore the stream, and then if someone pops in and asks me what I'm doing, I'm like, hey, here you go. So I don't have to run like a 2-hour like fucking TV show. It's pretty funny. Like no one's watching now. Because last week more people were coming on. Like today, I was like, I better have a shower and put on a shirt and stuff like that. And so I'm like, this is basically as well dressed as I get. Whatever, doesn't matter. Logic and sequence. Okay, so what I did was I made a logic and sequence card. I'm getting better at this. Like hero and then subtask. Okay, quest, find the crickets. So we do have this grab the crickets, and then we just basically you just need to be able to grab the crickets, to be honest. So, like, I wrote a short story to base this game on, because I was like, how do you come up with a game story? But I do short stories, so like every single aspect of the short story, like every line is a new mechanic. So, like for example, grabbing the crickets, like it could just be you're collecting like bobo berries or something. Maybe that's better. Because like crickets, you kind of need like a distance grab. Otherwise you're like scurrying around like a little fucking thing. And I don't really foresee needing that level of, what's the word? Like finesse. So making up a whole mechanic and teaching people how to use the like distance glove. Like I wrote the script, I'll show you the script. It's like, oh, well, like as soon as I got to the script, I was like, fuck, you're gonna need a mechanic to do that. So I think I'm gonna make the call. Okay, so yeah, grabbing the crickets to satisfy the quest. So you just gotta find a bunch of shit, and it's like, kind of like Cinderella, like what is it? Hansel and Gretel's you into this chasm. Need to do the look dev on this chasm. So I guess, okay, so I've got these notes here. So it's kind of, I guess, like the game design phase of being a developer. is basically just thinking and planning. But to solve like creative issues as much as technical issues, I think that's what like I love about being a game developer specifically, is it's this like mix of creative and technical like imagining. Okay, I'm going to change this quest name to collect the things. Okay, so at first glance, thinking maybe it would be better to collect nibbles, purple apples. Then again, why not make a fun mechanic using VRTK? And distance grab might be cool for storytelling, aka can put stuff out of reach. You know what, fuck it, cricket time. Gotta believe in yourself, stick to the vision. That's probably one challenging thing about like being independent is, you know, not having someone like enforce the vision. You know, you kind of have to be the creative director and then be the, you know, not employee, like the creator, and kind of swap hats and trust where your other hat was. Okay, so what we need is distance grab. So firstly, okay, so we need distance grab, counter. Oh god, we're gonna do a counter, aren't we? People love counters. It's so fucking annoying. It's just like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you got fucking a number. Fucking capitalist. Fucking brainwash. Me too. What if we could not have a counter? Like, okay, what about if you had like a basket and it's like you kind of just like gotta like, you know, fill the basket, but it doesn't even count what's in the basket. It's more like you just kind of use your sort of like natural instincts, the hunter-gatherer, kind of like, oh, look, is there enough or not? Really what we want to do is lead them into the cave. We need to make this cave spookier somehow though. It's like the settings are, you know what could be interesting? Because the color kind of gets set from the direction of the light, right? So that shadow is, okay, need cave to be spookier. So yeah, basically like my card is, like my hero card at the moment is just logic and sequencing, right? And then my active sprint is this. Is this subtask. So logic and sequencing, I just came up with each beat from the script. So I wrote a script. I'm very proud of myself. Then I like broke the script up into quests or like, I don't know, beats, whatever. And then each one I can then break out, which is kind of like, I've kind of been learning, well, we've kind of been like improving our production at work, and I'm sort of bringing some of that across. Actually, technically, this is how we've been looking at it at work. It's kind of cool. I feel like active sprint should be at the top. That's cool, right? Anyway, I love this shit. Finished writing another short story. I haven't drafted it yet, but pretty proud of it actually. I really just came out hot. It was great. Gonna start trying to publish my short stories with a bit more like effort. I just put them on Medium and just forget about them. So I think I'm gonna put them on Kindle and like do a nice little cover art for them and get all of them together into one spot, things like that. Because it's like, this storytelling is like my dream, so I may as well try instead of just like not trying and then failing and then being like, oh well, like I didn't try. Alright. So alright, first things first. We do have the notification. It needs a little bit of work. Issue getting notification into the right spot. I'm not too worried about getting that right though, to be honest, because I'll probably rethink it. I'm probably gonna do like a much simpler tutorial system than I've ever done, because I think I was really obsessed with making these like beautiful, like supernatural tutorials that kind of were super diegetic and like used the elements of the environment and natural instinctual stuff, and I'd work on it for like half a year often and spend as much time on the tutorial as the rest of the game. And it's just like, you can just show a panel that says press this button and you fucking do shit. Like, I'm an indie developer, I need to pick what I spend my time on, and I don't think it should be tutorials. Anyway, notification, grab crickets, that's essentially done. Interaction, grabs crickets, so distance grab, that's what we're gonna work on today. So Tilia, VRTK, grab, VRTK, distance grab. This is what I fucking signed up for. And maybe we could even have put the climbing in as well. Like, this is really what we want to do. I'm gonna put this here. Goal of this quest is to get player to explore the space and feel wonder and delight. It's really the only game mechanic so far that'll be in this one, because the rest is just you have a conversation with a child from the past and realize that we are all contextual. Distance grab. So technically this should be really easy. Like, this is like the whole point with like why I wanted to use VRTK. Okay, so instead of reading the docs, I might just guess first because I am lazy. Okay, cube. Okay, so I'm gonna make this the cricket pen. It would be really cool if the crickets give crickets motion. If the crickets had motion, I think it'd be pretty easy, to be honest. Like, I would just apply like force in a random direction. That'd be pretty cool. A little boing. And then you gotta catch him. Alright, fuck it, I'm in. Cricket time. I can't believe I was gonna ditch the crickets for fucking apples. I do love apples though. Okay, cube. I'm gonna put my own music in. I couldn't be bothered like finding like fucking stock music on my stream, so I guess listen to your own music if you're watching this. Why not? Like, I had some stock music, honestly. This is fucking stupid. Okay. Good morning. We're in. We're hot. Dad attached one image. I'm gonna stream with my dad later, but we do it on Facebook. It's like, that's the way you do your dad streams. Alright. Give me some tunes. That's all working. Say hello, I'll get a notification. I will read it out loud. I had it on auto readout and it just kept scaring the shit out of me. Alright, for now, you are the cricket. Or glow hopper. We're calling them glow hoppers, folks. I love documentation. I didn't used to, but we've been doing a lot more at work, and I feel like my brain is just expanding into this like perfect crystalline eternity. But with like children's toys. That's the goal. But fun is like fun and love. That's what it's for, right? Life, that is. Okay, tutorial. Forgot what I was doing. Go to area, aim at cricket to highlight. So one thing I've made a lot of tutorials because I'm like the guy that like, I've always been the UI maker / UX, UI, UX, kind of just like that person. So I've made a lot of onboarding for a lot of apps. So I find that you want to, I also have, I've been a teacher and stuff like that as well. You want to chunk stuff, you want to give them an objective and then chunk it down and give feedback at each step. That's been my experience. It's more complicated, but it's more fun. So at each of these points, I would give an instruction and a piece of feedback as they completed it. Aim at cricket to highlight, grab to get, collect, whatever. And then over the shoulder to stash. So yeah, like I found that just chucking stuff over the shoulder in Digging Simulator was like a sick way to just gather stuff. I don't really know how to do like the inventory / I don't think I'll actually use the inventory stuff unless I really need to be honest. In Adventure Creator's got all this sick inventory stuff. Eventually, maybe, but for now I think I'll just be like, hey, to be honest, you don't even need to collect we just need to make sure they get in the cave. I'll let you in a little secret. The crickets aren't real. They're not actually needed for dinner. By the time they get home for dinner, their life's going to be changed forever. Okay, alright, this is a good plan. So, fork me on GitHub. So yeah, they switched, VRTK switched to Tilia. So let's figure this out, and then I might like record a like tutorial blast at the same time. This might be my little attempt at growth hacking or whatever you call this fucking bullshit. I actually love it. I was like really excited to get up and stream. I just like talking. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting climbing in. So controllables, right, are like, Tilia is so cool. Oh shit. Was that me? Was I the view? Oh well. Someone will watch. I told my dad this is kind of like busking. Okay, so basically it boils down to like interactor and interactable, right? So this sphere here is a, let's turn that off. So this ball is an interactable, right? So what we want to do is tap into the distance grab, which might be a different thing. Let's see if there's any stuff in here already. Alright, we might need to dig a little bit more. I like VRTK. I was a bit like, oh man, they're getting kind of like their lunch is getting eaten by whoever. But I don't know, like, you know, sure, Oculus or Unity can replace all the basics, but these guys have been refining like a bunch of interactions, like dog food style, for quite a long time now. You know, like I kind of trust it. Okay, combined actions. Oh, that sounds a little bit spicy. Okay, what combined actions are we talking about? Ah, okay. Hang on. Tilia distance grab. Okay, object pointers. That's interesting. So yeah, I've been just at work, been taking notes on everything. Started doing for my own stuff as well, which is great. I really like humanity's ability to like outsource their thinking over the past 20 years with like digital, you know, outside of the internet, just the ability to like basically like mind meld with a computer through their keyboard is like, who knows what the impact of that will be in the long run. I love it. I'm bullish on the future, everybody. But I do keep forgetting what I'm doing. That's like one of my curses. Every time I alt tab, it basically like wipes my memory. Okay. Combination of interactor and object pointer. Okay. So I think object pointer might already exist. Okay, so there's a few ways we could do it. Like it could be always on and coming from essentially the palm. I kind of feel like you want to trigger it on. Let's start with always on. Okay, the object pointer provides the ability to all right, blanking out here. That's okay. So the way Tilia works is you basically download these packages, which I've already got. That's weird. So Unity isn't showing the packages here. Unity packages blank folder blank. It's weird, because there is packages, right? Which is the way I could like fix, like have a split desktop so that there was always notes open. Have split desktop on one screen, Windows. I don't want to snap it. I want to force. That's kind of what I want. Whatever. All right. Oh, maybe I'm not pulling it from the prefabs. Actually, yeah, I think I'm actually pulling it from Tilia, and then I guess interactions. No. Zinnia? No. Basically, like, I already did one for the, this indicator's object pointer's curved, right? So basically what I want is an object pointer straight, and I'll just have it coming from the palm. I can pretty much copy this this pattern that I used here, and the question is whether I want it always on. I'll start with it always on. Okay, way to go, Sam. You're very good boy. Here we go. All right, interactive. What am I looking for here? Object pointer straight. Because what I'm thinking is that you do it somehow like, maybe it's like an angle, like if you have your hand like in front of you, and then it's kind of like, it's not a full beam, it's like a big fat like way, kind of like, just like gravity beam kind of vibe, and it lights something up. I think that'll be fucking sick. Fuck yeah. And I just hate having to bend over and pick stuff up in VR. Honestly, I want this whole game to be that you can play it sitting down. Alright. So I guess let's, for now, make it just match what the curved one's doing. And oh, that's interesting. Point of facade. Looks like, what's the difference between these two? Oh, okay, so there's like this parabolic stuff. Of control alias. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at the teleport. Where the fuck's the teleport? There we go. Alright. There's a tutorial on how to set up the pointers for the teleporter, so I'm just going to look at that. Okay. Oh, okay, so this isn't the alias. Here's the alias. I'll talk through that later for anyone that wants to know about it. Activation action will do, selection action will do in a second. Alright, so this is all pretty... Okay, so like the interactor is the hand essentially. So let's see if we can find the interactor here. I'm assuming it's on the left controller alias. Interactor left. Alright, so let's see if we can get distance grab tilia. Distance grab is forced to emit. So, okay, so let's say if we look at the teleporter. Okay, so I bet if we said to the left interactor, like that, interactor, have we got to grab distance? Switch gears on, switch gears on. Well, okay, so hover, I guess. I'm kind of stabbing in the dark here, but I reckon I can figure it out. I might have to look at some of the old packages. I'm actually really excited about the distance grab now. Grab attach mechanics. Alright, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck, this is OG. No thanks. Track object, grab attach. What does that mean? Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Like I'm not, like I get it. But the Tilia stuff is all kind of new again, and is much better. But it's like there's just not as much documentation or examples yet. Hmm. Oh, so pointer. There is a distance grabber pointer. That would make sense. But does it exist? That'd be super handy if it did. I might have to ask the old stone fox himself or herself. Don't know. Should I be using GitHub? I use source tree and I'm like, am I not like cool because I'm like, okay, so what if I just did grab, right? So it wants, as you'd expect, it needs to receive an object to grab. So it's like hover changed. Huh. So for example, the teleport, it just passes the point, right? Straight pointer configurator. So for now, let's just make the selection action the same. Joystick up, joystick neutral. All right, well let's make. So these are events that like process the at the moment this is grab. So we just make like, well, B at the moment is skip. So we could just make A. Let's just make A the thing. Which means what exactly? My instinct is that this is a good system. I'm like still kind of learning it, as you can see. So at the moment, skip is that. So let's make primary 2 is and I think we want to say like, okay, so left primary pressed. Let's make that. I think we want to do it like this: left primary pressed, because we want to abstract like the thing that fires the event from the button rig specifically. Yeah, that's right. So then we can have any controller, like we've basically got, it's just abstraction layers. It's good. It's a good system. I like have half built stuff like this with my partner, essentially, slash enemy, slash best friend, slash life cowboy. Man, the brain juice is not coming in hot and fast today. I'm pretty worn out, to be honest. We like basically have been like not crunching, but like pretty close to it to get ready. We're launching a new experience on Tuesday, which will be really good. Okay, so if my understanding is correct, this then listens to that. I don't know. I try to fucking keep track of all this shit. Okay, so the float to boolean. No, that's like that because it's a float to boolean. So primary left primary button pressed. So okay, so this should just be triggered by shit's fucking complicated. Keep going. Getting ready for another coffee though. But yes, I'm pretty worn out, to be honest, and I had like a bunch of burgers and beer last night. But I did go for a run, I did a workout this morning, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just like... If anyone could chime in on this, is there any chance that exercising makes you dumber? I feel like I'm like smarter when I'm being lazy. Like I've got more like... I'm like in a worse mood. Definitely. So it takes this action... and it whatever, I'm just gonna just subscribe directly to it. So it's basically what you can do is like left primary button press, left secondary press, left is you could say activate and I can duplicate that and say oh what no and then grab. Yeah, okay, so you turn it on and then if you grab it, once you grabbed it, you got it. Okay, good thinking, Abraham Lincoln. So left primary press is... It's funny because I'm like trying to explain what I'm doing, but I actually don't know. Okay, so activation by the button, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Selection with the grip, left grip, which is axis, and then press, which is a Boolean action. So we should just be able to plug into that. Left press that. And then it talks to the interactor. I think the missing step, but let's find out, is okay, firstly, let's make you a cricket. What are we gonna call you? Glow hopper. You got a box collider, you got everything you need to become a little rat. Input interactions, interactables. Oh, tee. Interactable. That's not a good start. That's right. Oh, what happened? Go. Alright, let's make a new material. Let's call it glow hop. Then, so where does the mesh go? The mesh goes down here. Alright, I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, so let's make it a little, oh. I got two meshes for you little rodent. Technically, it should not need anything like this, right? Jesus fucking Christ. Touch receiver. So does it also need to have a grab receiver? I don't know. Let's find out. I love just fucking around. Can you tell? Alright, so it's a little cricket. Let's not go overboard. What do crickets look like? I'm about to go overboard, aren't I? Crickets. But like they're sci-fi future crickets, but not really, to be honest. Like, yeah, so ugly. Yeah, I'll make some crickets. I need to make a bunch of like fauna and shit like that for the art stuff. But I'll give you a look actually. Yeah. So like I've said, art. She's the drawing Wednesday Thursday. Or drawing Wednesday Thursday. Drawing in 3D, and I'm having a really good time doing that. But I had this like vision for this like concept image because my creative director was like, well, yeah, open the damn picture. But it's gonna take a while to finish. But you can see it's like olden day time and like future vision. So this is the scene we're working on now. But I'm thinking maybe I need to park it. I'll just finish it and then I'll do like a big run of like everything I need for the scene art-wise. My goal is by the end of my life to get really quick and good at making like quite rich like VR or like 3D interactive stories basically that are like, you know, quite evocative and communicative without being without me having to like do too much work. Not that I don't want to work, but just so I can, yeah. All right, there we go, little glow hopper. Beep boop. You know what? I'm going for it. Wouldn't mind trying Pro Builder out. These little cuties. Hello, cutie patrol. Where's the original? Ah, fuck. Alright, hang on. Fucked up. There we go. Alright. That's enough. Nearly. Cool if I could pretty much make all my art in Unity if I could just taper. Alright, there we go. Got ourselves a glow hopper. So let's make that a bit smaller. Okay, so that should just be like plump. Oh no. Wait, so it does have a... That's weird. Maybe the box collider needs to be with it. I think this didn't quite set up properly. That's right. Alright. So you want to try and keep all your scales like 1, 1, 1 until you're in sort of like, ideally like forever, to be honest. A boink, boink. Oh man, I'm totally gonna write some code for get these guys hopping around. A boink, a boink, a boink. Alright. So, see what happens, I guess. Okay, so this is an interactable now. And then I've, so I should be able to go over and pick it up, which but the goal is to just be able to point at it. I've also created a pointer, which I can trigger with the primary button and then confirm with the grip, which then passes on selected something to the grab. I'm assuming it won't work unless it is doing some stuff in the background that I'm not expecting. Maybe it will work. And I'll get the prize for smartest little cookie. Wow. Oh no, you guys don't want to see that. But you can't, so I'm going to go to Oculus Link. Then I'm going to try and drink. I'm trying to drink a whole bottle of water before I drink another cup of coffee. It's been working pretty well. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping that over the next year, even I could go down a day a week at work. So I could do this essentially on Friday and do it for the whole day. Not the streaming, or maybe I'd stream. Because I think I'm kind of want to find a way to make it financially sustainable. At least to justify, instead of quitting my job and, to follow my dreams, whatever, reality is the stuff I'm making, if I get really good at it, I could possibly, have a breakout. But even then, it's pretty idiosyncratic taste. Not particularly motivated to, over, commercialize what I'm doing. Okay, so if I do this, what happens? Okay. So yeah, I should be able to teleport over here, right? Oh no. Yeah, there we go. Alright, none of it works. Oh, because I've got it on the left controller. Ah, dang it. Which doesn't have a battery in it. Ah. Damn you, Pass Sam. Nah, I love you, Pass Sam. You're my angel. You're doing your best. That's we're in it together. Future Sam, we're doing this for you, buddy. What's that? You love us from the future? Okay. What's that? We don't need anything. We're perfect just the way we are. What's that? Life isn't about doing the right thing. It's about experiencing and perceiving us openly and with as much awareness as possible. Okay, Future Sam, thank you. What's that? I don't even have to worry about getting that right. In fact, even that experience of life itself isn't about being optimized. What's that? Something we know both through time and space and learn and forget over and over again. And that is the breathing, beating heart of the universe. Okay, thank you. All right. What's that? It's all about having fun and experiencing and emitting love. Emitting love, it's a bit weird. Ooh, my love. Okay, so it's not turning on at all, which is a little bit of a fine thing. So I reckon. Ooh. I love my little spoofs. I reckon I'm gonna have a coffee. Okay, that is the clue. Okay. Well, let's remove that. Let's just make sure we're actually turning on the thing. I think I should be able to do the ray without actually looking. Okay, what's different about that versus that? Alright, I'm gonna put you up here. That's interesting. So it's sort of like fucked with my jam here. Might do this again. Okay, unpack prefab completely. You have been removed from the chain. Ah, okay, you got your own little parent still. Okay. So let's go. Whoa, wee. Look at all these scripts. Yum, yum, yum. You guys having fun yet? Why is that happening? Am I doing this wrong? Maybe I'm doing this wrong. I think I'm doing this wrong. Because there's like a wizard that lets you do it, like... Tilia... Ah, here we go. What? Alright. I was doing it wrong. Great. Global. There we go. That's nice. That's much nicer. Guess what it does need is rigid body. I should have kept that from before. I mean, sorry, not a rigid body, a collider. Box collider. Which is gigantic or tiny, one or the other. Oh, it's not visible. Okay, so let's say 0.2, 0.2 as well, 0.4. And Z is, let's say 0.7. And we won't fiddle with that. Okay, cool. So we shouldn't have any errors now, at least. Except for that one. Okay. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Okay. That's weird. So primary action, follow. Secondary action, none. Well, let's have a look at the interactable ball. Okay, secondary action, swap. Okay, so it's just like default shit. Okay, so like primary action custom is the default. It's interesting. primary action needs primary and secondary. Okay, so create pointer, create interactable. Primary and secondary need to be set to something, not custom. Okay. Grab type. Okay, so what's there? This is. We should set this up on the. What's going on here? What's going on here? Yeah, I think I might have to set this up on the right controller. Or get another battery. Alright, I'm gonna get another battery, figure this battery shit out. Nearly finished this bottle of water. And then we're gonna get these glow hoppers grabbable and bouncing because I'm actually really excited about that. I haven't made anything move in so long. I wonder, yeah, and I think that's the kind of stuff that I can do in code. It's like little bits of visual fiddly piddly. That'll be really fun, I think. So, to my one viewer, my one human angel, which I'm assuming is the moderation bot, I will be back in a minute. Okay, we're back. And we're back. Oh, do I just not have any of this stuff set up on the left controller, maybe? No, I'm pretty sure it was just working. Look. Alright, is this... Hey, cool. What am I doing? Closing that. Did I actually get the batteries mixed up there? No, sure. Alright, I'm just gonna swap it all over to the left controller. I don't think that's really too much of a thing. So it doesn't do anything. Indicator, I'm gonna put down here. Curved, no, I'm going to put that down here. And I think I'm gonna change that to the, well, it was on the right controller anyway, which is very funny. Well, that's not funny at all, actually, but that's something that just happened. Okay, so puts me down there. Fuck, I need some sleep. I need some rest. I need a break. I basically do like, yeah, full-time work. I do about an hour of like art every morning and then half a day on Saturday. It's like basically a second job is the way I'm treating it at the moment. But it does make me very happy, so I don't know. Alright. Plus I'm, 34, so you just look a bit tighter as you get a bit older. Which is fine. So crazy thing happened. What happened? I'm gonna put this over here. Adding my little beep noise. Hang on, I guess it'll give me notifications. Ah, hello, check. We got someone on the mic. Well, this is just like a phishing scam. Alright, so I don't know why you're trying to tell a story, formal foundation, but lay it on me, buddy. Oh, what? What? That is crazy. So I'm making a new game at the moment. Hang on, let me pause this. That is literally unbelievable. Like, the reason I'm doing this stream is, like, you're supposed to do, like, game marketing, basically, and I don't really have any... Like, I understand how, like, big game marketing works and stuff like that. So I was like, alright, well, this just seems like a cool way to share what I'm doing. So that actually means it actually worked, which is insane. What I'm doing right now is trying to make, like, a distance grab ray. What game did you play? It's stuck between the hole and the wall. Oh, really? What do you mean? Between the hole and the wall. Touchy-feely. Oh, yeah, yeah. There's a lot like that game is. Oh, I don't know. I'll probably keep working on it. I had actually. I'll show you. I wrote a whole script for like the, because that was really just like an idea I had, and then I had this like big idea for the how I can make like this series of kind of like scenes. It's all basically around like me kind of like dealing with my mum getting sick basically. But it became like I'd already started it, and like it was just this random thing, and then it kind of became about that. So I've got a whole script how I can make it better, but what I'm working on right now is this sort of, so the wall, there's a cut out section in the wall you can transport an area, you can glitch into the wall. Yeah, alright, cool. If let me write that down. I'll put it on the bug board. That's so crazy. You got given a quest. Hang on. I'm gonna save this conversation for the rest of my life. That's so cool. Alright. Touchy feely. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for playing. It's amazing. So my other game is called Digging Simulator. It's I don't know, like it was pretty popular when I put it out like a year or two ago, and then I put it on the Quest, and it's just getting like smashed with bad reviews. So maybe it's got a bug as well. It's just me that does this stuff, so it's pretty hard to keep on top of it all. Can get stuck in oven. Thanks for letting me know. Alright. So yeah, right now what I'm using is it's a system called VRTK. Like if you were to ever, pick up Unity and learn Unity, and like this would be what you would use to make VR stuff, I think. Sure. So you do C#. Do you do game dev? Because that's like everything's basically in C#. In Unity, like I kind of learned C# by accident because of that. All right, so, but this is kind of like, yeah, VRTK. I'm setting this up using VRTK and Adventure Creator. So VRTK is like a full VR system, like all the kind of like core VR interaction stuff. So touchy feely, I coded everything myself, and that was fun. That was kind of cool. But I was like, I'm actually not like good at coding. I'm pretty good, but it's like I want to make really good stories and not spend heaps of time deving, basically. So I'm trying to get VRTK set up, which has just got all this pre-made stuff, and then link it to Adventure Creator, which is this like framework for creating kind of like adventure games. Right now I'm just trying to get a ray so that you can do a distance grab. It's a bit frustrating because, to be honest, like I could code it in like 20 minutes, but a bunch of stuff that you code in like 20 minutes suddenly becomes a big old pile of bugs. So I'm just going to stick it out with this. Okay, so what I'm trying to get right now is a left button, right button, primary. So see, you can like link up, connect. You can connect using it. You basically can manually connect all the events and stuff like that, but you'd have to write the code, which is quite cool. And then I guess select is the right trigger press, or right grip press is what we landed on. What other games have you played that you are enjoying? And in fact, when there's a build ready, you can beta test this for me if you want. My goal is like, how quickly can I make like the story and the art and not have to spend like a year developing the system. Oh, Township Tale's so good. All right, yeah, I got to get into it. Like I played it when it was on PC, and I was like, this is really great, but it's just a bit of fucking around. But now it's on Quest. I'm like, got to do it. Okay, so this is like the headset view. I'm just being kind of lazy. So what we should get right is, that's cool. How do you feel about like kids in VR and stuff like that? Does it feel like good, good fit? You think it's good for the kids? At least they're running around, I guess. this off. Yeah, well, that's like, I honestly, that's why I don't do VR, is because there's all these fucking kids around, and which is fine. But I'm like, I don't know if I should be talking to you guys, like, um, which is, it's kind of thinking about it, like, not in the context of VR, like, I think there should just be, like, kid zones, basically. Also, because, like, kids are, like, pretty psycho. But, like, in just real life, like, you kind of don't feel like you can talk to kids, especially as a man. It feels a bit weird. Like, there was this kid who was like running up ahead of his mum while I was walking my dog yesterday, and he was like, "Oh, I go to school over there, blah blah blah." Just like just basically like neural feedback testing his new like culturally developed vocal mechanism. Like he's just being a like just taking his brain out for a spin basically. And I was like, yeah, sure, kid, whatever. Because, like, you just, like, can't just, like, talk to kids. And his mum was, like, a distance back that it was, like, kidnap distance. And so you just, like, don't want to seem weird. So you just, like, kind of, but then what you end up doing is being, like, quite rude to the kid. Like, I was going to just, like, kind of just ignore him. And he's like, yeah, good on you, kid. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. Like, especially, like, kids and, like older male role models, like, they're, like, yeah, I actually got this like this thing. So anyway, I was just like, oh, cool. Well, what's your school? What's your favorite subject? And he was like, blah 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 blah. And I was like, all right, good on you. See you later. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think it's like, I guess like adults should be able to interact with kids. It's a shame that like, well, but it's also like not like if I was a parent, I'd be like, get the fuck away from my kids. So I don't know. It's a tricky one. But yeah, I definitely don't like interacting with children in VR, especially. Okay. Alright, so talk it through with me. We've got a pointer straight on the right controller. It's activated by the right button. It's selected by the right grip. Currently, it's not turning on at all. That ain't right. I think we actually had another pointer too. Let's have a look. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, don't talk to me, kid. You're gonna get me in trouble. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, so I don't know. I try to at least not be rude to kids. Like, I don't do the whole like fucking like, hey buddy, how you doing? But like, I realized like I was kind of like, when you're a kid, like if like every adult you talk to, you like, it's just like, get out of here, kid. Where's this fucking working? That works. So that's the curved UI. So yeah, alright, I may as well show you. So yeah, I really enjoyed with Touchy Feely, like putting all the dialogue in and stuff like that. So with the curved UI, and if you did enjoy it, if you could give it a 5-star review, that'd be awesome because I think that matters. So yeah, with the curved UI, there we go. I can select the characters. I don't know if you ever played adventure games. If you've got a kid, maybe you're old enough, and then you can like do a dialogue, and it's like, "Hello, miss, how can I help?" And I spent like the past like yesterday getting the skip in, so now you can play it and skip it. It's quite cool. So I can just like focus on. I kind of want to make sort of like almost like graphic novel level kind of interactive stories. Because we do pretty hectic stuff at work, and I don't want to like have to make everything a big thing. What am I missing here? Okay. It's funny, I'm like keep turning my music off when you message because I'm like I need to hear you, but it's like I can't actually hear you. Like when you turn the music down when you're like looking, like getting directions. Sorry, what did you say? Yeah, that'd be fucking sick. It's kind of weird. Like, it's just fun to do like real life stuff in VR. I think part of it is because you can do like stuff that's fun without having to like go to the shop, and it's the same with like the table tennis. You can just be like do this. You don't have to go and get the ball. Like, I prefer it to normal table tennis. If you don't follow me on Twitter, because that's where I am mostly, and then like I could share, like we can talk and I can share your build and stuff like that. Because yeah, testers is always awesome. If I can even get this fucking thing to work. All right, come on, brain. Follow source. It's the right control alias. Using pointer to grab the RTK. I'm gonna have to watch a tutorial. I would say, if you don't mind self-promotion, you would say that if you were me. Morst in the iOS App Store. Oh, that's cool. You made it? Oh, I'll get it. Sure. Why not? You made it, I'm guessing? Just not gonna turn my phone into a Bitcoin miner. Morst. Flashlight and Morse utility? Put the link in here. Is that allowed? Okay. What does it do? Oh, cool. It's hectic. Is this on Apple? I mean, not Apple, on iPhone? Because when I search Morst, it's not coming up on my iPhone. Just so you know. Oh, here we go. Morst. You need to get your bloody search ratings up. Alright, 5 stars from me. No question. Alright, I'm gonna learn this to learn Morse code. Yeah, 5 stars. Best Morse code learning app I've tried. You heard me. Very confident on my Morse code journey. Yeah, same with me, man. Like, I actually worked in marketing, so I understand how fucking hard it is. And I was actually honestly never very good at it. I was a copywriter, and I was really good at that bit. But the bit about like how to get everything everywhere, and like I get it. It doesn't interest me that much. So that's why I'm doing the streaming. Is like I thought this would be a cool way to connect with people, and it worked. You tried the game. I can't believe it. That's so funny. All right. Alright, why the fuck isn't this pointer showing up? I gotta figure this out. So at the moment, this gets activated by the activation action joystick up, which just does that thing. It just blasts out a boolean. Whereas the left trigger press. Yeah, it's cool. I I kind of just did this because I was kind of curious about Twitch too, because it's like obviously such a big phenomenon in streaming. And I didn't really think about it that much. So I was just kind of doing it, and then like, because it also outputs to a YouTube video at the end of the stream or something like that, and it was really cool. Like I saw this whole year of me like making touchy feely, basically. Like it's fucking sick. All right, I'm gonna have to. It's not even moving with it. That's interesting. So it's like moving with it when it's on. Oh, okay, I'm just pressing the wrong fucking button. Fuck. Alright. Yeah, I am pressing the wrong fucking button. Alright. So it's been working the whole time. I'm doing my best. Alright. Fuck. That's so funny. Oh. Alright. Alright, so it was working the whole time. I'm not going to blame you, but I was distracted. Okay, so now what we're going to do is use pointer to grab VRTK. I have a feeling that it's like, yeah, no, but it's good. Like that's the whole point of streaming, right? Like if I do like get distracted really easily though. So yeah, basically it's got all these pre-made things, and like the developer in me is like, oh, I'll just make my own. But I'm like, if I learn how this person has created the system, I can just, write on their, coattails basically. And I'll also learn a little bit about, like, I have been learning a little bit about like the way they structure their code and all that kind of stuff. But to be honest, like I've kind of been like, I think I want to focus on the creative side of game dev more than being a developer. Like they're both good pathways. It just, where are you based? Like, are you Australian, or from another country, or like what time is it? I guess is what I'm actually asking. Right, grip press. That makes sense to me. UK, cool. All right, so it's coming up to bedtime for you. Okay, well, it like literally doesn't do anything, so that's probably the start. So yeah, so this is the pointer, right, which is this whole set of pointer rules that this guy's created. In Unity, a pointer, like you've got a raycast, which is like basically you can just blast out in a direction and get information from what it hits. It's like the basis of nearly all logic in Unity, or like game dev engines usually. It's funny because you kind of feel like everything should just know about everything, but it's like, well, how does it know what it needs to know about? And then you've got like an interaction wrapper. So it's basically like really like explicit object-oriented coding, basically. Okay, so straight interactor. So it's pretty cool because then you can like, you know, create these kind of like layers of abstraction. It's just a bit hard to read sometimes. Okay, so interactive facade. Just grab. Alright, let's just see what happens. I'm assuming that, well, maybe it'll pass what it's selected. That'd be great if this just fucking works. Can it be converted to? Okay, so it's a game object. So maybe I'll just do interactor facade game object, because it says, oh, I can't convert the game object. Well, why is it not getting the interactable facade instead of the game object? It's my fucking question. But it's passing the game object, which is good. So the game object is like the blank entity that's got some rules, like it's always got to transform, like position and location. Object of type Unity engine can't be converted to game object. Okay, so I'm just doing it wrong, basically. Basically, like the VRTK system, it's been in development for like years now, and they just did a big update with like a super lightweight. You just download the packages you need, kind of like I assume through like npm. Unity's like plugged into like npm way of doing things, which is really cool. It's becoming a bit more like an IDE, which is sick. Well, not well, you know what I mean. But there's no real documentation. Get rid of the grabbed object. So it seems like it does drag left interactor. Choose. Okay, so what is this random blog? I do actually quite like just like spelunking through all this like just random shit to find stuff out. So yeah, they've got this new like Tilia. I feel for the guys that are making it, or the team that's making it. It's essentially just one person, I think, or maybe two people. The Stone Fox, basically. Should I tweet him? Actually trying to figure out how to use interaction pointer, object pointer straight, linking to interactor to do distance grab if you have any tips. Can't see a package for it. Basically, got the pointer working, calling error on sending triggering interactors grab and select. Can't convert game object to game object. I assume that I'm just like doing it wrong. I always think of like when I was a kid, like I would get the PC Power Play demos, and I remember like it was like, oh, you need a 3D card with this special driver, and I remember like downloading the driver. I didn't have a 3D card, I didn't really know what one was, and like downloading all these 3D card drivers, trying so hard to get a 3D download a 3D card basically, and I just didn't understand what was happening. But just wouldn't quit. Okay, so object pointer straight. Sends to the interactor. Maybe there's something else here. These two don't work. Grab precognition. Fuck, that's hectic. I just feel like there's gonna be something in the middle that if I have a look at the grab. Seems like it should just work though. Alright, I'm gonna have to look at the Tilia code though. Adding a distance grabber. Oh, you're kidding. I'm so stupid. There's just a fucking prefab. Ah, well. Yeah, sure. Thanks for hanging out. This is cool. Okay. Yeah, fuck. Like, and the funny thing is, like, this is the system that I'm using, and I was like, oh, I can't, oh, Toxic, how you doing? Toxic meet Formal Foundation. Yeah, man, when it's ready, you can play it. Sorry, I didn't realize that was you. How you doing, buddy? My hero. Oh, actually, so yeah, this is on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. It's, so you guys can't see each other, but you're both there. Okay, we're cooking. Interactions, pointer interactions, distance grabber. Why isn't it appearing? Interactions. Pointer interactors, maybe I don't have that. Yeah, I reckon I don't have that. Okay. Hang on. Whatever. Alright, I'm gonna do like not a fake tutorial. I've been doing this thing where like I record a tutorial while I'm doing the stream once I figure out how to do it. It's pretty fun. Okay, so distance grab. lol need the distance grabber tutorial. Alright, so I'm gonna go into tutorial mode. It's pretty spicy. So I'm gonna close a bunch of this stuff. Close. Adding a distance grabber. I'm gonna hit record at the same time. Too many concurrent sessions, it doesn't like that. Whatever, fuck it. I don't know why that's happening. Oh, maybe because Photoshop's open. So check it out, Toxic. This is like my, like I'm working on some concept art for the game too. I'm gonna make this game fucking sick. It's gonna be good. People are gonna be like, you're the coolest. I'm gonna be like, yes I am. What else could be running here? Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, close that. Point interactors. I wonder if I can, yeah, okay, so what we're gonna do now, welcome to the tutorial, I'm starting it. We're going to make a distance grab using the VRTK system. So basically VRTK has a bunch of packages called, it used to be like one big lump, like kind of like a project, and it's kind of gone through these evolutions. Now it like breaks down into these super lightweight like chunks basically. So you can get like climbing, you can get interactable highlighters and things like that. So I've basically got grabbing, I've got pretty much just grabbing actually and teleporting set up. It breaks up into these little chunks basically. So the first thing you need to be able to do is add these packages, which is a little bit tricky, but not that tricky. So basically the package that we want and that I was missing and looking for forever was I'm pretty sure pointer interactors. I'm hoping so. I've been trying to figure this out for like 2 hours and now I'm like, all right, I think I've figured it out. Let's start the tutorial. So the way to get this package now is to go to pointer interactors. So firstly, you go to Extended Reality GitHub and you can choose from this like buffet of options, right? And do the first tutorial. It shows you how to set up like the basic rig and things like that and kind of give you a handle on it. So Unity's got this new package system, which is kind of interesting. I quite like it. We were doing something similar with submodules basically, and it was just no one could ever figure it out. So I am stoked to learn this. So basically you can just like make libraries of stuff that can sort of be pulled into the project without doing a whole bunch of work. So to add packages, we go to the manifest. Yep. And hopefully that's why. Okay, cool. So then we, they break down how to do this on every single one. So I wouldn't overthink this. And you can see here I've added the Unity rig, object pointers, blah, 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 blah. So let's add pointer interactors. I've been trying to make my own custom pointer interactor, like a dingbat, for like 2 hours. That's all right. Like life is about doing things with grace and ease, even in the face of adversity. So then you get the version number here. It's all very cool. This is all very like professional and like professional dev release approach, which is a great like it's great seeing like Unity and game dev tools in general like align a bit more with like that web stuff. So anyway, this is how you get like one of many packages in, which is the pointer interactor system. So I've already got a pointer. So now I will go into Unity and it'll load it up, bada bing, bada boom, and it'll give us access to this new prefab, pretty much, which I've been trying to make myself. So that's why I was like, oh, let's make a little tutorial on it. And this tutorial is how to add distance grab using VRTK, assuming that you've got other stuff set up. And what that's going to let me do in my game is, it's a VR game, so bending down and picking stuff up is always a bit of a mission. I'm a bit of a lazy gamer. I kind of want to be able to like sit down and play, to be honest, at this point. But specifically, I'm going to have these little crickets bouncing around, and you've got to collect a certain amount of crickets. And the crickets are really just a way to get you to explore the scene, to be honest. I'll let you in a little secret. The crickets aren't real. Nothing in the game is. In fact, it's all digital. So it doesn't really matter if you collect a number of crickets, but it does help the lead the character around, hopefully. So they're going to bounce around, they're going to be really cute. And I was pretty ready this morning to axe the crickets and swap it for apples. And you know what? I'm glad I went for the crickets. So this is importing this package in. So it's actually downloading it, and then Unity's essentially compiling it. So I didn't plan for this in my tutorial. What I've been doing is I stream. If you're watching this in the future, you're probably watching this snippet. I stream and I make, what I've been trying is making Flash tutorials during it. So if you're looking for when do I scrub to get the information I need, wait for this green bar, look for this green bar to be gone. Maybe I'll edit it out, I probably won't. In the meantime, thank you for coming to this tutorial where we are showing you how to load, use VRTK for distance grab. It should be really easy, to be honest. In the meantime, check out the digging simulator and Touchy Feely on SideQuest. Those are my past projects. This project is called Times Children. That's a working title. I'm actually not super hot on it. This gap is getting long enough that maybe I'll have to edit this bit out, but I bet I won't. So yeah, follow along my dev adventures by hitting the like, the subscribe, the whatever button you got to press to get what you need from what you got. All right. What's going on here? Did I cook something? I don't think so. What's wrong, Unity? What's wrong? Hey, Unity, what's wrong with you? Is my computer frozen? I don't think so. Alright, well let's read these documents while that's happening. It's kind of annoying. Whatever. So yeah, then the Tilia interaction pointer interactions will now be available in Unity. The package will show up in Unity Package Manager from then on. Package blah 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 blah. So it should be pretty easy. And then what we want to do is add a distance grabber. So let's read through this while that's happening. I don't know why this is taking so long. And I don't mind. Maybe I might start this tutorial again because it really should only be like 1 minute. And I'm not actually recording, so it's okay. Okay, so get it in, play the scene. See a pulsing cursor appear on the interactable cube. Oh, that's cool. Instantly snap. I don't want it to instantly snap. Nice timely transition. Yes, please. Fuck yeah, this is gonna be sick. It's so funny that it's it was literally just built in. Anyway, that's fine. I'm gonna go to the toilet. I guess I'll not use this tutorial. So thanks. Oh. I'm gonna go to the toilet. Okay, I'm super hyped up now. Now that I know what I gotta do. I might have another crack at doing that tutorial. It'll take like 2 seconds. In fact, I can just basically make tutorials out of these fucking, like, following the actual instructions and become a millionaire, like Dilma. Nah, no one can match Dilma for energy and enthusiasm. All right, shut up, concentrate. So I got 45 minutes left. It's always a bit of a burn to the finish. The reason it's such a hard deadline is I talked to my dad at 11. My dad makes me super anxious, and is super strict and intense, and I'm 34 and he still freaks me out. In fact, most people freak me out, to be honest, a little bit. Like, I've got a lot of anxiety around people's perception of me and my interactions with them, and that's annoying. But we all are what we are, so that's okay too. All right. Come on, brain. I remember what I was going to try and do. Too many concurrent sessions. Try closing other recording software. Maybe I've like got a screen record running. Whatever, doesn't matter, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Hey guys, alright, so I'm just gonna show you how to use Virtual Reality Toolkit, VRTK, and the new Tilia system to do distance grab. So Virtual Reality Toolkit can be found extended reality on GitHub. And the Tilia system is the VRTK 2, 3, and 4, all the best stuff of it boiled down into these little packages. So as a starting point, what we're going to do, this assumes that you have done the starting tutorial, which is super easy to follow, basically showing you how to set up a rig and everything like that. And what I'm going to do is use the pointer interactor bundle, which is an extension on top of the pointer that allows you to grab stuff. Spent about 2 hours trying to figure out how to do this and then realized it was a package already. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you've got these packages here. So if you go here, it'll show you how to install these things. I've got an interactable, which I'll show you how to set up in the scene. This assumes you've got it installed. And you install the pointer interactors, which is as simple as going here and following the instructions, which basically boils down to getting the link to the package and putting it in the manifest in the project. So Unity is now using this like package system, which allows you to sort of stream in as opposed to having to constantly download stuff from the asset store. Super good. And I've already brought it in here because I was trying to do this tutorial while I was live and it actually took ages, so I took a break. So as you can see here, we've got the pointer interactor as well as a whole bunch of other packages and the latest version here, which is now loaded in. Okie dokie. So the other cool thing about Tilia is that there is heaps of instructions and tutorials, which I just kind of have to find where they are basically. So add interaction pointer. So basically the way it works is we've got a VR rig all set up, which I've already done, and you can watch my other streams or go here to see how that all works. I might do it start to finish once I have finished making this game. And we go to game object, we go Tilia, we go prefabs, we go interactions, and then we need a new interactor. So it basically breaks down to interactor, which is a thing that starts an interaction, and then an interactable, which is a thing that can be interacted with. It's pretty sick. It's good grammar. So we've already got an interactor, but now we want a distance grabber. Okay. So I didn't actually read the instructions before I started. I was so excited that I figured out how to do it that I was just like, let's go. Drag and drop into the interactor property. Okay, cool. So what we basically do then is, so let's, I guess it seems to be okay with just having it as the, oh no, do not move that. It seems okay with just having it like loose at the top parent. So let's just leave it as that. Now what we need to do is tell a distance grabber which interactor we want to associate with. We'll associate this with the new distance grabber with our right hand interactor. Okie dokie. So, the the way we do that is we say your interactor is in here somewhere. Okay, you know what? So what VRTK does is creates like a rig alias. So it's kind of like a layer on top of a on top of the VR rig. So that puts all the like logic and code in this fake rig that will never change, and then that fake rig like layers itself on top of whether using Oculus, Steam, or whatever. It's really cool. And so an interaction is all the logic around interacting, and it's connected to this tracked alias, they call it, which means that once I set this up once, I don't have to change it for different systems and things like that. I'm a big fan of the way that they've done this. All right, so let's talk to the right-hand interactor. So hypothetically, according to this, actually, like I spent maybe like 2 hours trying to make this myself before I realized it was already in here. So the next step is just use it. So let's give it a go. So I'm using Unity with the Oculus Quest 2, probably the best, well, definitely the best consumer VR headset available, I think. I'm using Oculus Link so I can like stream Unity, which is super handy as well. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that little like interactable queue. What I'm not seeing though is the ability to interact with it actually working. Well, technically, this is interesting. Alright, so in a perfect tutorial fashion, we have a problem. Houston? What the fuck's going on here? Okie dokie. So we're getting an error. What did we miss? Moment processor. Okay, so firstly, let's turn off. So what I tried to do was create a pointer. Probably would have worked. Like the thing is that, you know, all these elements are made out of their own elements, if that makes sense. Left controller, right controller. So I can create all these like rules and systems around the controller behavior, and then that plugs into VRTK, and it doesn't need to. Oh, that's interesting. I'm getting that error that I was getting before. I wonder if that's connected. Let's just have a look. So look, technically that's how it works. It should work. Let's find out what I did wrong. Oh! Da-da-da! Distance grab. I caught a cricket. Ah! See you later, buddy. Oh, that's so good too, because it's like... Yeah, like in VR, like having like bend over to pick stuff up is super annoying. That's interesting. So when your head's through something, it like kind of looks cooked. That's cool. Get out of here. All right, and then as for my next trick, aka VRTK's next trick, you can set a distance grabber. Sorry. Went high. Fuck yeah. Alright. So yeah, I'm just gonna like drop this as a tutorial like straight after the stream. Woo! Alright, that's fucking sick. Yeah, perfect. And then, yeah, so what I'm gonna do is have it that when you throw it over your shoulder, that collects it. Okay, so as you can see, VRTK, very powerful. Go to extended reality to get the package. I do want to become famous for making computer games. Nah, not really. I just want to be famous. What I realized is I just want. Anyway, tutorial's over. I'm streaming at the same time, so hopefully I'll remember to pull this out of the stream. But yeah, go to VRTK, follow the first one to set up your basic scene, and then you can see how easy it is to take advantage of climbing, pointer interactors, everything like that. It's great. So cut on the tutorial bit, but I'm still going. I'm still here. I just have to remember to go back and get that stream. Pull from the end. So I'll make a highlight in Twitch and pull it out, blah, blah, blah. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's awesome. So, okay, that works. That's great. And it's fun. It's really cool. So let's make a couple just to be little spicy little meatballs. And then, okay, so right, what we want to do is, I wonder if there's like a collision detector that blasts an event out as well. I bet there is. Snap zones, like it's fucking sick. Like you could basically make anything, right? Like my kind of goal is to have it that like, yeah, you don't have to write any code. Oh, actually, yeah, there is one. There is one. Essentially, Adventure Creator has triggers. So that's the whole point. All right. Like I can code. Don't worry about it. But like I just want. I want to make a system that is like designer only, basically, which I will then use as a designer. So, all right, let's just make a trigger and let's call it, I'm gonna call it the backpack trigger. I do wonder if this is gonna be the right way to do it, but let's, might be just easier to like count. Okay, well let's try and use the Adventure Creator pattern. So get trigger object in Adventure Creator. Basically, like I want to make a backpack that you can just chuck stuff. I make a trigger. I'm so stoked with that distance grab. That's fucking great. Add object to anything other than how to trigger. Or I could make a cricket specific trigger and it only is triggered by crickets. And that way I'm not making this big mega backpack logic thing. Or I could make the trigger be on the object. That kind of makes sense. And it only collides with like this dumb, you know, backpack object. All right, that's done. Okay, so new mechanic here, collect. Okay, collect is collide with backpack options. Trigger on each collectible. That kind of like makes sense to me. Handles its own logic. For multiple could be the same action list. Yeah. All right. That's interesting. interesting because I wonder like this trigger here, like in Adventure Creator, it is an action list as well. But I wonder if you can like bring in a like, and then you could just make a like count object. It's interesting. So you can make a variable for like target collectible. Okay, so you could have no Siri, I'm fine, thank you. So you could have like a scene level, like an asset, a global asset check. Thanks Siri, I really appreciate it. Global asset collectible. Okay, so collectible logic. I'm just trying to like build in little like any mechanics as like something that's reusable. Like, oh, collect this, get that, find this. I don't want to have too many like find and fetch kind of quests, but why not? I guess like by trying to make it reproducible, it'll like encourage me to think more about the system. So global asset collectible, collect action, quest set target, quest sets target items to collect, global asset collect action adds to collected compares to target. On success, not sure. Global collect action adds to collected compares to target, destroys object, plays cute noise, and particles. Okay, all right. So let's make an action list. Okay, so create Adventure Creator action list, and we'll call it collect action. Rename collect action. Okay, then we'll go action list and we'll say run collect action. So the reason I'm doing this way is cricket. I can reuse like most of the collect logic for something else, basically. It's not like it's stuck to the cricket. Okay, so let's make a variable called global variable, create new global variable called collect target. Type number, which is a integer, sorry. Okay, so and then create new global variable, collect actual. All right, coming in hot. Link to, that's fun. Okay. Internal, okay. Target Target variable, target number of items to be collected, collected to be set when triggering quest. Number of items that have been actually collected. Okay, so then if we go to collect action, which is here. Okay, how do we destroy? How do we delete an object? That's a good question. So I wonder if there's a game object variable. Hey, there is. Okay, collected item. So you can't really pass, as far as I can tell with Adventure Creator, you can't really pass like an object to a function, to an action list, I guess, which is fine. Like it's a cool way to do stuff. It impresses the devs at work when I use delegates and shit. But I guess what you can do is store them in collected time, no, collected item. I think I just had a little bit of dyslexia. Link to object that's been collected and needs to be destroyed. Needs to be destroyed. Oh, this needs to be destroyed. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put triggers on the objects, and that'll only be triggered by that'll only be triggered by the backpack. Okay, so action, let's say, firstly we want to go variable, set global collects targets to increase by 1. And then we also want to destroy it. So I'm hoping this just makes life just very, very easy. Object to so I want to remove, but I want to get that object from the variables. So maybe this needs to be a variable thing. Okay, so how do we get it? Remove object from variables. Adventure Creator. Like, yeah, it's a bit weird not being able to just like pass stuff around like with the data, but Oh, I forgot you started 8. Who's this? Oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, what's cracking? How you doing, man? Galorand. I got 20 minutes, and then I gotta call my dad. So, all right. So I just made this like grab, distance grab, so I can like, I'll show you. It's fucking sick. Well, actually, I'm gonna do a stream with my dad. It's pretty funny. Okay, so check this out. Wait. Yeah. Dus. So the quest is you've got to like collect these crickets for Nanu's village stew. Classic situation. Dus. So now what I'm figuring out is how to, like, basically what you want to do is, or what I'd like to collect stuff in VR is you like chuck it over your shoulder. Which hopefully doesn't work just yet. But blah blah blah. I got the skip working too. It was actually really easy. I was just made a mistake basically. So I'm pretty stoked. Do you have a VR headset? You should try some of this shit out. So yeah, what I'm trying to do right now is now move over to essentially Adventure Creator, which is like the thing that makes it go. It's great. It feels really good. It's fun. So Adventure Creator is the like VRTK is like the virtual reality system, and well the Quest. So the Quest, this headset, it's essentially a mobile device. It doesn't need to be connected to the PC, and it's like $400, $500. I don't know, something like that. It's pretty cool. I like it. I don't know, like you'd have to. I don't know. It's like a cheap Xbox, and it does all the like tracking and everything like that without a PC. It's really worth like $1,000, but Facebook's just selling really cheap so that everyone like goes into their like virtual reality Facebook world. Which I want a piece of that pie. Okay. I get so excited when someone comes on. It's really funny, especially if it's someone I like already know. All right, so 18 minutes left. Can I get the Adventure Creator? So what I'm trying to figure out now is the best way to delete the object that's triggered the so when you throw it over your shoulder, it'll run this action list. Get object that triggered action list Adventure Creator. It's gonna be a way to pass or Adventure Creator. Okay, so that's all fine, but how do I get the thing that triggered it? Or what I'm trying is storing it as a variable. Which actually that doesn't make sense, because when would that get added to that variable? It would be here anyway, because this is the thing. So okay. Get parent object get okay. So this will run when it collides with what I say, which will be the backpack, essentially the backpack in commas. And then what happens? Hey Siri, next song. Yeah, maybe I don't want to delete it. Maybe I want to turn it off. Object. Find game objects in scene, adventure creator. There's a way to get game objects without this. On begin action list, what's this mean? Okay, so it's like, okay, so this cricket. Just a little cricket. Action source, in scene, pause gameplay, skippable, trigger type on enter, cancels interactions, no, set collider as parameter, no, detection method, trigger detects, what if we wanted to. I guess actually, yeah, we could just manually like link it to itself. It's kind of stupid, but okay. So let's just do it the stupid way. Trying to be Mr. Fancy Pants over here. Okay, so what is it? It's just a box collider and this trigger. So let's make it a child of the glow hopper. Let's delete everything that we're not using. All right, 13 minutes till I gotta call my dad, who is intense. So I don't want to be late because that makes me anxious. All right, so 0.2, 0.3, no. Okay, so what I'm doing is putting a trigger on, and I'm running the scene logic. I don't revere him. He's fucking. I do like. He's great. He's super smart. He's definitely like on the spectrum, and he's like a bit like he's just intense. Like, and yeah, I don't know. It's always like I don't know. Like it's always the same with your parents. I think, to a certain degree. And one thing, I wasn't really that connected with him in my like 20s, and like I've been like the past few years I've been calling him it was once a fortnight, and then like during lockdown and stuff, like mum and dad both started getting like, well, I don't know, so now I call him once a week. It's actually pretty good. I'm glad I do. Like, okay, so let's delete this. Object remove engine add or remove. Where's add or remove? Add or remove itself, I guess. Which I don't think it's gonna like, but that's alright. Remove yourself, which you won't like, but it's okay because we're running this here. Which we will say, okay, so we're going to variable increase that. We're not going to delete anything because that'll happen afterwards. Add a new action. Variable check. Okay, so actually what we want to do is delete that as well. Play sound. Let's make it, let's get a nice little sound in. Just play a one shot. Okay, so kind of success noise. freesound.org. So freesound.org is like the spot, right? Just like make your whole game out of it, basically. It'll do. All right, so you gotta log in. That's okay. In we go. Yabba dabba do. Never. So, all right, what's going on here? All right, so now I should be able to go play this sound, audio source. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. Position, also doesn't matter. There's got to be a way to get and find references to like game objects and stuff like that, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. Okay, so this should only look for the detection set object, let's say, and then on the player rig, I'm going to attach. So this is pretty much how I did it last time. With Digging Simulator, I thought it was pretty good. Basically, I'm going to attach to the head like a collector mesh. What am I looking for here? Oh, create empty. All right, collector, which I'll probably have to like fuck around with the like rules for it. But what I do know roughly is about how big I want it to be. So this will sort of like sit behind the head and just catch anything you chuck into it, basically. Okay, so let's just make a collector layer. Why not? Collector, and I'll say collectible. Okay, so let's make that a collector. So put on the collector layer. So that means that you can control what will interact with it, basically. And then the cricket we'll put on the collectible layer. We also want on the ignore raycast layer, probably. Well, let's not worry about that for now. So the cricket object to detect is the collector. All right. You can also make it detect something based on a tag or whatever. So I think this is about as much as I'm going to get done. But hypothetically, I should be able to raycast, grab that cricket, chuck it over my shoulder. It'll destroy itself. It'll let's finish this logic here. It'll run this, which is like a something. Like a global like collect system. So I'll be able to basically like set a bunch of rules around collecting. Check collect target from collect. Compare with global variable condition. Global collect target compare with collect actual. If it's if it's equal, it then goes variable notification set. This is a bit clunky, but you did it. You did it, you bastard. Alright, you know what? I'm not going to do that because, okay, so let's make it 1 for now, just so we can see if it actually works. Probably won't, but that's right. So it'll add collect actual 1. Then menu, it'll turn on the you did it menu, the notification menu, which I'm not sure if I'm super happy with that, but that's all right. Menu to turn on is, I believe, notification. All right, so T minus 5 minutes till I gotta call my dad, and I gotta go to the toilet before that. Yeah, basically my whole family's like autistic and freaks out about anything being late, including me. It's quite but I'm like much more well adjusted, so I freak out, but I don't like make it other people's problems. Alright, come on. Okay, alright, so hopefully I haven't cooked the ray, and now I should be able to put it over my shoulder. You did it! Hey! 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 Alright, stream's over. See you later. I'm coming, daddy.